Ag PhD full episodes and more are now available on Acres TV, the newest ag platform connecting you to fields of information. Look for us on watchacrestv.com. If you followed the news over the last few years, you've noticed in Europe they changed some of the rules on biotechnology. Well, the reason why was to allow for the COVID vaccine. Well, this is kind of interesting. So we're going to talk about biotechnology and even a little bit about the COVID vaccine.
All right, so during every Ag PhD show, we start with what we call farm basics. So it's common things that we would normally maybe talk about on the farm, but if you are a non-farmer, we just want to try to relate those things to you. Well, whether you farm or you don't farm, you have been impacted in the last few years because of what happened when COVID hit. After these vaccines got developed, a lot of people said, wait a second, what's going on with these vaccines? How are they different than the old vaccines we used to have? Because basically the way it used to work is they'd stick you with the needle and the vaccine would go in and take care of the disease. It's not that way with the Pfizer and the Moderna COVID shot.
Well, there is a difference, and as your doctor probably told you during the COVID pandemic, there are some choices that you have to make here as to which one of these shots you're going to have. But there are a couple that are developed through biotechnology, which was in part what allowed them to be developed quickly. That part's exciting, but it was a little different technology, so everybody was curious about that.
Well, personally, I was very comfortable with it because I was very familiar with the technology. It's somewhat similar to BT corn. Here's what happens with BT corn. Basically, that corn is able to produce a protein that it wouldn't normally produce thanks to biotechnology, and that protein is what kills the target insect. With the COVID shot, it works very similarly, where they stick the needle in you and the vaccine doesn't kill the COVID. What it does is it basically tells your body how to make a protein, and that protein is what then targets the COVID.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting, this whole change that had to be made through biotechnology, because there were regulations on biotechnology in Europe. They were opposed to GMO crops or biotech crops, but all of a sudden, oh wait, biotech could provide some direct human health benefits. Maybe we should reconsider here a little bit.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Whether you were a believer in the shot or you won't, we don't care. This is no political statement, nothing else. We're simply talking about the science. Just that biotechnology has many other purposes besides just developing Roundup Ready crops or BT corn or anything like that. There are many health benefits to some of the different biotechnology things that have come out over the years. And so whether you like or you don't like the COVID shots from Moderna and Pfizer, this is how they were developed and this is how they work.
Well, biotechnology has been really exciting, and back to agriculture here a little bit. One of the things that's helped us do is fight weeds like our Weed of the Week. We'll show you how to stop this tough weed later in the show.